Topsy and Tim start school. Topsy and Tim were off to school after a fantastic summer holiday. They felt happy and excited. They walked straight past their old nursery. Topsy and Tim were going to join the bigger children at the primary school. They knew the primary school was a cheerful, friendly place. They had been there already on a visit. But Topsy and Tim held hands as they went through the big gateway. "Oh, look," said Tim. "There's Tony Welch." "Hi, Tony," called Topsy, but her voice came out not quite loud enough. The primary school was much noisier than their old nursery. Some of the bigger children did look very big. Topsy and Tim soon met several of their old friends, as well as Tony. "My peg's got a rabbit like Wiggles," said Topsy. Tim's peg had a picture of a black umbrella. He wasn't sure he could remember an old umbrella. "Girls always get the best things," grumbled Tim. Mummy took Topsy and Tim into their new classroom. "There's Tony again," said Topsy. They went to see what he was doing. Tony was busy doing a jigsaw puzzle. "Would you like to do a jigsaw puzzle, Topsy and Tim?" said Miss Terry. Topsy and Tim found plenty of interesting things to do. There was sand to dig in, and water for sailing and splashing. The home corner had scales that worked. When they felt like looking at books and pictures, they sat on the carpet in the quiet corner. The bell for playtime seemed to ring too soon. Miss Terry led the children into the school playground. It was full of big boys and girls, all making a noise. Topsy and Tim stayed close to Miss Terry for a while. Soon, Topsy and Tim were playing happily with some new friends. Then a big boy rang a loud bell. Everybody stopped playing and stood in lines to go back into school. Dinner was served by two jolly ladies, Miss Knitting and Mrs. Pie. At least Topsy and Tim thought those were their names. Topsy was astonished to see Tim eat all his greens. Afternoon school was more like their old nursery. Miss Terry gathered all the children round her. They sang some clever songs with actions. When it was time to go home, Topsy and Tim went to put on their jackets. "I can remember my peg picture," said Tim proudly. "It's an umbrella." But Tim's peg was empty. Tim was upset. "Never mind, Tim," said Miss Terry. "This often happens. I expect someone knocked your things down and put them back on the wrong peg by mistake." "Here's your jacket," called Andy Anderson. "Did you enjoy your first day at big school?" asked Mummy on the way home. "Of course we did," said Topsy and Tim.